The Chiefs are so back in 2026, Mike, and football's back. How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen, NFL fans worldwide? How are we doing, Chiefs Kingdom? What's up? Get in that chat. Let me know how you're all doing tonight. Appreciate y'all being here. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way in. See if we can actually get a little bit of Chiefs Kingdom out and about tonight. And real quick, before we get started, just want to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Mike, how's vacation, brother?
It's pretty good. Just hanging out in Florida, doing some stuff. But I managed to get everything set up. And I found a place on the wall where it looks like I'm in a jungle. And so I like that.
I like it too. We'll take it. Have you been keeping up with camp at all?
Yes. I've been keeping up with camp. Today's 10-10-10 was kind of lame and boring. And then yesterday, there was a lot of weather problems, right? They were moving them in, moving them out, moving them around.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. They were playing musical chairs or something in the rain. They took them inside. They did like an install. They sent them back outside. But yeah, I mean, today was, like you said, it was a 10-10-10. If you all watched the video from earlier, you kind of got the gist of that. But I mean, 10-10-10, something that Andy Reid came up with a long time ago. A lot of guys in his coaching tree still do it now. But it's just kind of a light day, basically. It's like, hey, we had some padded practices. We're going to take it easy on our bodies today, but we're still going to mentally go through these reps. A lot of it is scripted. So like when you, like, I know you made a short talking about different things like, oh, if you saw like a wide open pass here or there, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because most of it's scripted. They're literally just kind of running through the plays and everything. So I think a lot of people get confused with that. But yeah, pretty quiet day in Chiefs Kingdom, to be honest. Like there weren't a whole lot of people out there actually covering camp today. There was a few people and yeah, pretty low key.
Yeah, I think camp is starting to hit that point to where it's fun. People like it. But you've already got the pads on. I don't know if they ever really anymore hit hard. I don't think that's a thing where you just go out there and beat each other to death, which I do. I did see where they alluded to this weekend may be a little rougher than what we've been seeing. But we got a preseason game coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. And I think that's what people's waiting for. So it's kind of like the first little bit of camp has came, the hype built back up, and now everybody's fell back into, okay, well, it's just practice. Everybody hypes up every play. Everybody hypes up every player.
Yeah.
Speaking of hyped players, Jeff Caldwell. I mean, he was nowhere to be found so far. And I think yesterday Caldwell actually got a touchdown.
He did.
In the corner. But then you go back and you listen to some of the things that were said, and it was basically kind of like a try effort kind of defense.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't even put it in the video recap yesterday. That's how much it kind of didn't matter.
It was like a low effort, like defensive play. So it's like, is he really doing all that much? Like, I want Jeff Caldwell to succeed, but so far it looks like he's not lived up to the hype of what Allen did early. And then now he took that shin injury. Allen's kind of disappearing a little bit. So
right. Well, I think it's all about the opportunities that they're getting too. So it's weird, and they've kind of been mix and matching, like the guys that are running with the ones and stuff like that. We'll talk about that more here in a second. But Tony Bone in the house with the 5 bomb. What's going on, my man? Good to see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Y'all put some legendaries in the chat for Tony. Yeah, man, like they've been running with once a day. It's hilarious. Your light keeps going out. It doesn't want to work.
No idea
if you want to sit in the dark, that's okay. We'll accept you in the dark.
Dude, I'm 100% convinced this hotel is haunted.
It might be.
I keep having like power outages like this over and over. Like last night trying to set this up, my mic would go out, my camera would go out, my lights won't stay on. I'm like, dude, there is a ghost haunting me right now, and
it's the ghost of vacation telling you you're not supposed to be working.
He's like, brother, quit, turn it off.
Yeah, well, in the video today, I was kind of talking about one of the teams that they put out running with ones was like Justin Fields, Andrew Armstrong. Like a couple of those guys, and I was like, is this kind of like what we're going to see in the preseason game? Like, is this what we're looking at here? Yeah, it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing, but I think that's exactly what we're going to see. And those are the type of guys that you want to see out there, right? Because Justin Fields came in just in case, like an insurance plan for Patrick Mahomes and his knee.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's still the QB2 on this team. So if things do land in his lap, he's going to have to be able to perform. So I do want to see what he can do out there. he's still kind of learning the offense and the system and everything. And I also had that in the video today where he talked about that a little bit. But I think Andrew Armstrong is like very much a bubble player. He's been showing out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And he's a big, fast receiver, like a big target that people have been crying about for years. Like, oh, we need that big wide receiver. Well, you got one. I don't know if he'll be good enough to get there. Same with Jeff Caldwell, right?
Right. He's shining more than Jeff Caldwell at this moment. Like, if you had to pick between those two, they're taking Andrew Armstrong over Caldwell at this point.
Right. And like I said, it could be about the opportunities too. I don't know if Caldwell's not getting out there as much as Armstrong, but
oh my gosh.
Once again, it's about what you do with your opportunities. It's cool. Like I said, you can sit in the dark. I don't think anybody cares.
I might have to. Give me a second.
You look a little prettier in the dark anyway, I have to say. Mikey with the 2 bomb says it's been all about Benson so far on the offense.
Khalil, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. I've watched a lot of the reps from camp, and Khalil Benson is good. He very well could be your starting right tackle. Right now, it's what it looks like. He's always with the ones. Like, that is absolutely the trend. But I will say, Khalil Benson is not some world beater that's going to go in there and just shut down everybody. Because there have been several plays that R. Mason Thomas has got the best of him. There's been several plays other guys have got the best of him. And I don't think it's going to be as plug and play as people think. It's not something to worry about. I don't think Khalil Benson's bad by any means. Obviously, they wouldn't put him on the ones, but I just think that people might curb the expectations just a little bit. Because I know everybody hates Jawan Taylor because he got all the penalties and stuff, but ultimately Jawan Taylor was a pretty good pass blocker. He kind of struggled in the run game a little bit, but he's a good pass blocker. I think it would be fair to say that Khalil Benson would be a step down from Jawan Taylor. I mean, he doesn't have the experience.
Initially, probably so.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think everybody can maybe cool the jets on a little bit, give the guy a little bit of breathing room, but I do think he's going to be good. And absolutely, he's been running with the one. So it hasn't been all about Benson, though. I think it just caught people by surprise because everybody was pretty convinced that it was going to be Jalen Moore.
Yeah.
And it wasn't ever. And I mean, they had him running with the ones on the left side today, but it was kind of, looking at depth, basically. So I'm not real sure what they're planning on doing with him. I guess you're going to have like a depth piece swing tackle for a lot of money a year. I don't know.
Well, a lot of people has used this whole Khalil Benson coming on, that kind of like this Khalil Benson emergence. And I say emergence, but honestly, I think Andy said it perfectly.
Did you kind of call this like way back?
Yeah, like I was excited when they signed him, and I even made a big video about Khalil Benson that went like semi like, okay. Here's what I'll say though. Andy kind of said it himself on day one. Khalil Benson, they just don't know what they have yet. He's going to get those first teams. He does well. He's got pretty good footwork. He gets to the second level. He finishes blocks. I think he can play. I think he has the leg up right now on Jalen Moore. But a lot of people are using this emergence of Benson as an indictment against Brett Veach and how bad he was when he signed Jalen Moore. And I get it. Jalen Moore cost a lot to be a backup. But I will say that he's supposed to be a swing tackle. And he was supposed to play left tackle. Now, look, would that have been a miss too? More than likely, if you don't get Josh Simmons in that draft, which kind of fell into our laps.
Right. We could have been in trouble.
You can't fault him right now because they don't really know what to do with Jalen Moore. He was supposed to be the left tackle, and then one fell in your lap. And it's like, what do you do here? He's not that great. He's basically just a serviceable swing tackle. But at the time we were talking about it, there was nobody out there, and the Chiefs needed tackles. So, look, I think you start looking at the team this year, and I get it. I love Mansour Delane. I think Peter Woods has been a hell of a pick so far.
I was convinced they were going to take a look at Blake Miller.
I thought
for sure
that Chiefs Kingdom fought the entire offseason and said they better not take a tackle. They better not take a tackle. And it's like, now that you're looking at it, this UDFA is having to win the job right now,
right?
Because we don't have a right tackle, which I think is a little weird.
And we have a corner who's yet to put in any significant reps because he has a shoulder injury.
We don't have a serviceable wide receiver right now that can stay healthy or out of trouble. And you give up all those guys in the front. And a lot of people that said Jordan Tyson can't stay healthy. Well, where's Delane been?
Right. Tony with the 5 bombs says, y'all checking out the preseason game tonight, Hall of Fame game. I think that comes on. Is it on now?
It's on. It's been on.
Yeah, we're on here late. So yeah, it's on. I have not checked it out. I guess that answers the question. The Hall of Fame games, normally it's like normally I'll turn it on for a minute just to hear like the sound of the NFL being on my TV. And it's like this, it kind of gets you back in that mode. But I don't really watch it, right? No, you hear the announcer.
Steve, are you really going to watch the Cardinals? If y'all watch that game tonight and you take it seriously, you may lose some IQ.
The Cardinals might be the absolute worst team in the NFL and probably in the last decade. They look ridiculous.
You get to watch Carson Beck play some NFL football.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Tony. Got a 5 from Huckleberry. Says, I'm so excited for Woods and Thomas. If they hit the ground running, the D-line is going to be nasty. Man, I for all intents and purposes here, Peter Woods is a dog. Okay?
Yeah,
so far, he showed out. I think he showed people what he's capable of. And Steve Spagnuolo has been on it, talking about it. I think everybody's seen it with the eyeball test. And now it's just how is he going to translate it to the NFL game? Because, obviously camp's one thing. But when you actually get out there and start playing at NFL speed, and preseason might not even be a good indicator of that. So it's going to take a while. But Peter Woods is exciting. And having a guy on the inside that can create penetration and just, completely go ham right beside Chris Jones, that is going to be something, man, it's going to be amazing because my Chiefs Kingdom in general, I can't just say us, but everyone's wanted to see that for the last 6, 7, 8 years. And we finally have it potentially. And then R. Mason Thomas, Mike, he had a massive day yesterday. He really worked Josh Simmons a couple times. And, he's worked everybody so far. R. Mason Thomas looks like the truth out there. He's so fast, they're having a lot of trouble with him. And that's exactly what we've been wanting to. We wanted a speed rusher. Yeah. So I'm right there with Huckleberry. I'm super excited about this defensive line because it gives us a little bit different looks. I'm excited to see if Ashton Gelati can have a big second year. I'm excited to see Omar Norman Lott get back into the swing of things eventually and what he might be able to do. But now we have this different element, which I know Omar Norman Lott was supposed to be the guy that could go in there and be kind of the wrecking crew beside Chris Jones. And I absolutely think he still could be once he gets back healthy. But I think Peter Woods is that guy as well. So that rotation is crazy. Tonga. And then if you get hit with R. Mason Thomas on the outside, brother, and we got a finisher with all that speed, could be a whole different ballgame this year on that defensive line.
Yeah, I've been hearing that defensive lineman has been staying on the field after practice almost every practice.
They did it again. They did it again today.
Right. So I think that Joe Cullen and just the defense in general, I think they understand how important the defensive line is. Everybody kind of overlooks it and it feels like it's something you should not have to talk about. But it always goes back to the old adage of you win in the trenches. And a lot of people, the Chiefs need corners. Their corners were bad. Their safeties, we don't know. The linebacker room's this, the linebacker room's that. At the end of the day, and you've seen it time and time again, if you cannot pressure the quarterback, I don't care how good your corner is, if you give that receiver 12 seconds of being able to run around, he is going to evade even the best. Ty Law couldn't have covered people with 12 seconds. Okay. No. Because the rules nowadays benefit the offense so much. You've got to get out there and get after the quarterback. And you've seen late in the season when the Chiefs got after the quarterback a few games, you see Noah Williams and all them step up really hardcore there late in the season. And McDuffie wasn't even on the field. And if you remember, I told you that last year. I was like, that is an indictment on what this defense's problem has been. And that showed that McDuffie may not get paid. Because they could stop them with mediocre corners and a rookie.
Well, it was around the time that he got injured for a couple of games, and then they started pressuring a little bit more, and it kind of worked itself out. And I remember you bringing up that point. Speaking of McDuffie, I don't know if you saw that short I did where he had no idea he got traded. His mom had to come tell him about it while he was working out.
What's his agent do? He just makes money to nothing?
Brother, I don't know. Somebody dropped the ball on that one. That's wild. But anyway, whatever.
I need that job, baby.
Hindsight's 2020. Maybe the agent needed to be a little bit better, but either way, I think we're talking about the hyped up players and not necessarily a hyped player, but a player that's really showing out at camp so far and showing what he can do is Noah Williams, and they're using the hell out of him. And I think that he's, if Mansour Delaney can get back in there healthy and be even a fraction of what people think he can be, we can have a really good defensive unit, especially if we can get after the quarterback. Because like you said, you don't give them all. That's the whole name of the game in the NFL. take the time away from the quarterback, and then it plays into the secondary and everything else. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think once again, I said this defense is going to take a little bit of time to gel because they're all young, they're new, but I think they have a pretty good chance of being good by like halfway through the season. Sammy with a 2 says if Jermod McCoy wins the defensive rookie of the year, I'm going to be pissed off. He better not. For A, because he's a Raider. B, everybody and their grandma passed on Jermod McCoy. It's pretty wild.
How's his knee working out? Like,
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I don't know anything that's been going on in Raider camp. Like, is he even allowed to play? I would suspect that he's not going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Once he put one of those weird pirates on his helmet, I quit keeping up with the guy. I don't know what happened to him. Is a Raider a pirate? Are they different?
I think the more Jermod McCoy doesn't bother me. I like Delane over McCoy anyway. Here's what I will say. If Ruben Bain turns out to be a beast and R. Mason Thomas doesn't allow to play because Spags falls back into his routine and Peter Woods doesn't develop properly, like these are a lot of big ifs. I get it. But Ruben Bain would be the one I would be a little irritated about because nobody even thought he was going to be available, and you could have set at 9 and not give up anything. Matter of fact, you could have took the trade with Dallas, went back to 12 and got Ruben Bain. So
I think I'm the only person in Chiefs Kingdom that is not just sitting here stewing thinking that Ruben Bain's going to be the greatest thing ever. I just I'm not a big arm length guy. I'm not. I don't really care about those kind of things, and I think Ruben Bain is a damn good football player. But history tells us that history tells us, and it just is what it is, that no rusher with his arm length has ever had double-digit sacks in the NFL. Ever. So he would be the first.
History tells us the Chiefs have never drafted too well.
If he could break the mold there, then good for him. But I'm really not all that worried about missing out on Ruben Bain. I don't think he's going to be a world beater. I don't think he's going to be bad, but
if he is,
it's kind of like Kalijah Kancey. I really wanted to have Kalijah Kancey on the team, and of course he's kind of an Omar Norman lot. They went a year later and got a guy that was like him. But I also and he's good. Don't get me wrong; he's been playing pretty well for the Buccaneers, but I'm not crying about it.
The other interior pass rusher, Johnny Newton, did the same thing.
I like Johnny Newton. And then I know he's not undersized; he's not in the same category. But I was a big Javon Dexter fan. I thought that he could have been good, but I think he plays for the Bears now. I'm not even sure. Mike, here's something we haven't got to say in a while. Javier Sanchez with the 10 bomb. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back to football. And the running game is going to be legit this year. And one thing, Mike, that I've noticed that comes along with the running game this year is they are really, they're showing that they're going to try to get that receiving game with the running backs back into the system a little bit. And we've been begging for it. That's been a wrinkle that's been missing bad since McKinnon's been gone. It's something we just never do. And like you mentioned, they probably couldn't because Isaiah Pacheco didn't even know which way to turn on a route. So, man, if we can get that element back going, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I get a little bit, what's it called? I get a little bit leery, I guess I could say. You're going to have to convince me more. I'm going to have to see it to believe it because every year we see wrinkles in the preseason. And it never comes to fruition once they start pads popping and Andy Reid starts calling the offense. It never holds up.
I don't know. We tried several things. I do think that Kenneth Walker will bring that back somewhat. He's a really good route running back.
I'm not worried about that so much. But if what we're seeing on that looks true, well, what does that tell you about what we're doing with Mahomes? This dude's running the speed option with an ACL injury. What are we doing there?
Well, it's practice. So it can go both ways.
So which one do you take and which one do you not? So we just say, well, the screen game counts, but that whole Mahomes thing's ridiculous. At this point, I don't know if
Mahomes runs a speed option in a full game.
Are they doing this just to make teams think that Mahomes is better than he is?
I don't think so.
Is it a Mahomes thing to get him more comfortable?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything to it. I wouldn't dig too far into it.
You just think he's running the speed?
I
option
don't
out of
think
the
it's anything
blue.
psychological. I think it's just, hey, it's practice, run this play. Mikey with the 2 says, got my posters the other day. They're awesome. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, Mikey. Thanks for the 2. Glad you like the posters. And then we got a freaking 20 bomb from our boy Todd, Mike.
Baby.
Let's keep going, guys. Hey, shout out freaking Todd, by the way. We had to chew with the crew this last weekend at Zarda and Blue Springs. Todd hooked your boys up with a place to stay all weekend. Yeah. And yeah, we actually got to hang out with Todd for a while. Good dude.
Dude.
Had a lot of fun.
Me and Stephen Todd sitting in the middle of Horace Casino at like 1 a.m, almost hit
Almost won.
$36.
It was like
$30,000
It
jackpot.
was like 32,000. I swear it was this
Yeah, it was like
close.
32 or 36.
It was this close.
It's close.
So close, you
This
know.
much.
Appreciate you, Todd. Thanks for
Wish
the
I could have
20,
got
brother.
it for you, Todd,
And-
but I didn't have enough luck.
yeah. Oh, no, thanks for everything though, man. That was a lot of fun. And while we're talking about it, Mike, we appreciate everybody coming out to the Chew with the Crew. We had a really good time. It was fun. I thought we had the picture on here of the group, but I don't think Mike ever put it on here like he was
I
supposed to.
actually did. Your computer must be wild today.
I don't
It's something
see
about
it.
that picture
There it is.
because you
It-
couldn't find it to bring it
Yeah,
in.
it's not there right now. What is it with that? It's just like eluding me.
I don't know, but there we are.
But there's most of it. I think Todd actually dipped out of the picture.
Todd did, there's probably about 10,
quite a
15
few
people
people dipped
standing
out
in
of
the
the
back
picture.
that
I
didn't
think-
want to be in the picture,
Some
but
people don't like their picture taken, I guess. But it was a really good time. It's kind of like you can play Where's Waldo. You know, it's like
Yeah.
where's Brian Parrott? Where am I at?
I see him.
You know?
I see you.
Where's Pops? Where's Bob from Arrow Headlines? You know, like you just play a game, right?
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody that came out to the Chew with the Crew. We had a lot of fun.
I see
It
Brandon
was
back
a really
there.
good time.
He is tall, brother.
Yeah, he made me feel tiny.
I was going to say he could have washed the ceiling for him if they needed it.
What's funny is like literally the first time I ever saw Brandon in person, he was hitting his head on a doorway.
Yeah, Brandon's a tall cat.
That's what happened. But yeah, great time. Thank you to everybody that came out and hung out. It was really good to meet some of y'all and put more faces to more names. And I try to, like, I pride myself in trying to remember that because that like face to face and like it's just more personable. And then when I see their names in the chat, I know who it is, and it's really cool. But I'm glad that everybody came out. It was a lot of fun. Shout out Janae with the jewels. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So camp so far, though, I mean, it was uneventful today, but I do think that you see things kind of trending in certain directions, right? And sometimes, well, almost every year, you can let some of that fool you. You were just talking about that with the plays that they run.
Yeah.
I think you talk about that
Even
with
the people that are featured sometimes.
There we go. We can go back to Amir Smith Marset. We can go back to Khalif Halsey.
Yeah.
We can go back to several other people.
Just look in the first few years, you had big camp days. It was multiple in a row. You had big camp days from even Sky Moore at a certain point in his first and second year. Kadarius Toney at times.
And you know, I think it kind of goes hand in hand with if you're a bubble player, and I know Kadarius Toney and Sky Moore weren't bubble players, but I think if you're a bubble player, you're going to see more action in camp because they're trying to get a feel for you.
Yeah.
They're trying to get a feel for you and see what you can do. So I think Andrew Armstrong's getting a great opportunity, and I think he's taking advantage of it so far.
We seen it last year. Do you remember when Jason Brownlee was making noise right around the
where's he
even
at?
caught a touchdown with the Cardinals.
We actually had people in our chat like
and
2
he's
weeks ago.
on the field today, and we haven't heard a thing from Jason Brownlee.
We've had people in our chat like as early as 2 weeks ago that were like, don't forget Brownlee, he's going to make the roster. And it's like, he hasn't even been mentioned.
Yeah. Well, that's not to say when they go back and watch these films, he's not doing the right things.
Correct.
He just may not be making highlight plays here and there, but at the end of the day, they want smart football players that know where they're supposed to be. That's the big deal.
Yeah. Well, another player that's kind of cashing in on his opportunities right now, Mike, is Jake Brenningstool. He's been injured basically ever since they signed him.
He's the new Justin Ross. Like every camp, it's going to be Brenningstool time, huh?
Well, Brenningstool was hurt last year.
Right, but that's how Justin Ross was his first year.
Right. Well, we're going to see. But right now, it looks like he could potentially be one of the tight ends on the 53
You think he's tied in 4?
Yeah, I think he's.
You think he edges out Trey Watson?
I think absolutely he's tied in 4 at the moment.
I think
do.
Price. I think Price Carter. He actually
There's
did.
been a lot of people talking about this.
He actually did his first initial 53-man roster guess, and he put Trey Watson as the number 4. I thought that was kind of wild, but I guess you look back at everything going on, and they do like what Trey Watson.
It kind of depends on
brings.
which way you look at it, because it kind of goes both ways. A lot of people think Trey Watson is going to get that job if there is a wide receiver, or I'm sorry, a tight end 4, because, well, he's the only one that can block. We don't have any blockers.
That's true.
So a lot of people are leaning his way, but then
You got to get back to that the Belldozer days, huh?
But then you see Brennan still out there making plays the way he is, and you see how just naturally he looks as a pass catcher, and you're like, but there's an offensive
Andy
weapon.
said with his own mouth the other day that Brenningstool was mixing it up, blocking.
Yes. So he got his nose in there.
Hey, if Andy says get your nose in it,
Andy said some weird stuff. Andy will call you a tough nut and not even crack a smile. You know, that's the kind of guy Andy.
Dude, I had to read that quote the other day and try not to laugh.
Andy's wild, brother.
He's tough nutting out here, and I'm telling you, it's
yeah. But no, apparently he is looking a little bit better as a blocker. He's like getting in there and trying to get with it. So props to him.
So let's just talk a little bit about camp then, and I want to get to the comments too. I mean, you guys can ask questions throughout this and be part of this conversation. Don't think by any means me and Steve just talking to each other and ignoring you guys. Get the questions in. We want to talk with you, not to you. And here's what I'll say until we get some decent questions coming in, Steve. Who do you think has like positively surprised you, be it an individual player or players? Who do you think's been better or worse than you think? Or maybe what position group do you think it looks better or has like got like concerning for you?
Man, I think the most concerning position for the Chiefs is still right tackle. It just has to be.
Even with Benson showing out, that almost makes you feel scary.
Right. We had to go with the UDFA.
That you're going with a UDFA that wasn't drafted.
And what's up with that Sapole? We haven't heard nothing out of him. And
right.
It's like,
where'd that hype go?
Here's my thing. I think you have to go with the right tackle for the simple fact that Patrick Mahomes is coming off of an injury. We've got to be able to protect him, and we're going with a UDFA in his first year in the NFL, right? Like right now. I'm not saying that that's how it's going to be, but to me, that's probably the most concerning thing. And that's not a shot at Khalil Benson by any means. I think he's playing great.
Love Khalil Benson, but I'm right there with you.
I would say that
it's tough.
The guy that kind of came out of nowhere for me and has surprised me a little bit would have to be Armstrong.
Do you remember back, though, during the OTAs in June and some of the rookie stuff that they did on the 3 days before all the vets got in? Andrew Armstrong was making a little bit of noise, and we had actually said that he was a guy fighting for the bubble there.
Yeah. It's not surprising to me that he is a good football player. It's not surprising to me. I saw a lot of his tape, Arkansas. He's a big, fast receiver. He kind of got overshadowed there by a couple of guys, but I mean, he's an athletic guy. But I really wasn't expecting him to come into camp like once the pads come on and people be talking about Andrew Armstrong.
Yeah, I wasn't.
So I mean, shout out to him, man, because he's out there doing it.
I think you're spot on. I want to give Kelsey a little bit of love. He's looked like he's turned back the clock 3 or 4 years, maybe more than that. Like he actually looks like he's in good shape. He looks quicker. He's been eating Shamari Connor's lunch every day, which I mean, who doesn't?
Who hasn't?
Who hasn't? But I just wanted to give Kelsey the shout out.
Can we stop being mean to Shamari Connor?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk bad about Shamari Connor. I don't do it out of hate. I do it out of love for the Chiefs.
No, I absolutely want to see him succeed.
And I don't want to see us suck.
I want to see him play safety, and I want to see him succeed because I think that he's been put in a bad position since he got to the league.
Right. Here's some guys that I think have disappeared that I would love to have seen more, and I don't know why they are not showing up more. We talked about one already. That's Jeff Caldwell. I kind of was curious. Where's Caldwell and where's Brownlee, to be honest? Kind of curious there. I think Amari Evans has looked okay. I think, like you said, Andrew Armstrong's looked okay. And Cyrus Allen looked great in his first year. And I want to get to Cyrus Allen in just a minute. I want to talk about the whole special teams debacle because we haven't got to get on here since all that happened. But some of the guys that have really disappointed me a little bit is, number one, the whole linebacker room feels disappointing, minus Drew Tranquil right now. He's the only guy that I'm hearing that is out there playing hard almost every down. Coop's looked pretty good too, but they said Nick Bolton's been out of position a lot. They said that Boss has been injured.
I'm not worried about Nick Bolton. He didn't forget how to play football.
I'm not
overnight.
either, but I think it confirms that everybody knew the linebacker room was going to be a little bit of a problem.
I think
and now the injuries have made it more of a glaring problem.
No, I think it is. And linebacker depth would absolutely be right after right tackle for me. That'd probably be the next position that would be brought up as something that's a bit worrisome, right?
A little worried about, maybe not worried, but where's he been? Where's Kader Kohu been? And why is Jaden Kennedy, who was looking so good, and then looking so good at the beginning, and then soon they put pads on, Jaden Kennedy's trending more third team than he is first team.
And then you got Spags alluding to the fact that it doesn't matter what they're doing in camp. You might still see Chamari Connor at nickel when we start the season.
Yeah, we don't want that. What are you doing?
No, somebody better take that job.
Somebody better take
because look, if Kader Kohu
take alcohol and Jaden out Kennedy, of Spags' office,
if Kohu and Kennedy drop the ball and don't win that position, and we have to watch Chamari
Brother,
Connor,
I would rather have. Look, Christian Roland Wallace needs to be playing there. He's been starting it, to be honest. But again, I think it was Ron Kopp that said that he's seen Kennedy was trending more to like he was taking snaps with the third and the fourth team more than he was getting closer to the first team. Right. Which by everything that we had heard all offseason with Kennedy and everything we'd seen with our own eyes, this kid looked like he was trending to be the starter. Why the doghouse all of a sudden?
Well, let's take it back to the draft. Do you remember when we said it's hard to reach that late in the draft, but do you remember when we said that he was overdrafted?
Just a little, and everybody torched us.
And everyone had a fit about it, and they're like, he's the greatest player ever. Look, guys, like you all can think that he's a first-round draft pick that we got in like the 4th, 5th round, but he's not. Like you're going to have to give him a little bit of space too. Same way with like Khalil Benson, like I was saying, like these guys, they're new to the league. They were not first, second-round draft picks. Okay, so they're not like
that goes back to everything that we talked about in this draft. This was a very weak draft.
Yeah,
I think if Cyrus Allen turns out to be just better than average, you got a steal with him in round 5.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
Emmett Johnson turns out to be better than average, you got a steal where you got him. The same, I'll give the same with Kennedy. This just wasn't a great draft. It was very top heavy, and you're just going to see it. Like, I do believe the Chiefs landed 2 of the better surefire first-round pick defenders right there, and Delane if he could stay healthy. But I think Peter Woods was right there in the top 10. I could never figure out why people kept pulling Peter Woods out of the first round. That made no sense to me.
I thought he was going to go top 15.
Like I was convinced.
I was convinced that if we were taking a defensive tackle at the end of the first round, it was going to be Caleb Banks, and then somehow they swapped.
Yeah, people look. I know in 5 years we're going to look back on it, and Peter Woods is going to be that man, that dog, and the other cat that everybody drafted.
Can I get to this question?
He's going to be 0.
Kingdom says, "What are your thoughts on Hicks not getting a ton of first ring snaps?" Because this is something that we were talking about, it kind of fit right in, so I wanted to bring it in.
Oh yeah,
because we were talking about the secondary. He's the new Josh Williams.
Dude, they have straight up. I asked Ron Kopp that the other day.
He's the new Josh Williams.
The new Josh Williams.
He is.
He made 100%. 1 or 2 mistakes, and now Spags is never going to let him play.
I think something happens, and Spags looks at these guys and he's like, "I don't like your face." Like,
did he fart in the meeting room? It melted the paint off the wall, and Spags is like, "Never again."
I don't know, but it's looking like he is not going to contribute much again this season. Like, I don't think he's going to get much. He's running with 2s and 3s.
Zarda just catered the Chiefs on Wednesday, I believe.
Yep.
Terry reached out to me and said they didn't even let Jaden Hicks eat. Spags kept him out of the room. He wasn't even allowed to eat. That's how much in the doghouse he is.
No, they did get him a plate, and they put it on the ground beside his doghouse so he could come out and get it when he needed to.
Okay, look, that's not a true story. Don't nobody go around saying Spags is preventing Hicks from having barbecue.
Yeah, don't do it. Nick Libby,
like he's about to.
Nick Libby says, "What do you guys think is going on with Mansour Delane's shoulder tweak? I think it's been 6+ weeks, and he's still no contact." So I'll say this. I'm not sure that we're getting the whole story on it, but I also know, well, here's the thing. I think it's somewhere in the middle, because you have like Andy Reid and everybody else kind of like, even Steve Spagnuolo did it today. Like, we're just being overly cautious with it.
Yeah.
And basically we're trying to save him from himself right now. We don't want to put pads on him, let him go out there and just, start hitting people because he's excited and hurt his shoulder. And then you got Andy, who kind of blows it off a little bit and says whatever about it. But then on the complete opposite end of that spectrum, you got beat writers out there. They're going on podcasts on YouTube and making a big deal about it. Like, oh, his shoulder shot. He's a 99-year-old man with a torn rotator cuff. Like, he's never going to play football ever again. And we drafted him. Like, brother.
Who said that?
I'd give you one guess. But
wait, I really have no idea. Does it start with an N?
No, I yes. And here's the thing, like, I exaggerated obviously, but no, trying to make a story out of nothing. So I feel like it's somewhere in the middle. I feel like it might be a little bit worse than what they're letting on that it is, but I don't think it's anything major. I absolutely expect Mansour Lane to be right there here in about a week or so, getting his feet wet a little bit. He'll be starting by the beginning of the year. Nothing to worry about. It's just something to talk about.
The Chiefs posted, they were tired of it today. I think you're right, Gizmo. The Chiefs got tired of it today. They posted a clip of him batting a pass down. They were like, look, too much slander out here for Mansour Lane. Here's what I think. I've been told, and this is just never been able to be confirmed. I'm not reporting this as anything like breaking, but I heard that, and maybe the Chiefs have said this already. Have they said the exact injury they think he had? Or has that been hush hush?
I honestly don't know.
So I was told, again, don't repeat this. This is probably not real, but I was told that he had a separated shoulder and that it may have come out of socket and it may be kind of weird. And it's that whole thing. And when you look at that, the timeline on that without surgery is about 3 months. With surgery, it could take up to 6 to 8 months. He's opted not to have surgery. So if that really is what it is, and I'm not guessing it was a crazy separation maybe, but if it was a slight, you could be looking at, say, 2 months. And that timeline would fit to be starting around like maybe week 2 or week 3, but I don't think you'd be back by Denver unless you're an abnormally good healer. And do you think that maybe is where it's at?
Can you answer this, though? How did he separate his shoulder? Was he trying to like lift something heavy? Did he fall down the stairs?
I heard it was a play in OTAs or something where he like laid out and just landed wrong on it or something. Like that's what I'm assuming.
I honestly,
and again, I'm not saying this is true. I'm
leaning more towards they're being overly cautious with it. He's their first round draft pick. They just traded up in the first round to get him.
So what do you think the shoulder injury is then? Is what I'm trying to say. Like, what do we think the injury is?
A strain. That'd be what I would think. Like
a strain's taking this long. Like it's been 6 weeks.
Like I said, I think they're being overly cautious. But and here's why: you already kind of blew the lid off of half the fan base.
Gizmo really just said that. Gizmo's right. Spags did come out today and said something about his shoulder blade.
Yeah, I don't know, but either way, here's what I'm thinking. And of course, I don't know anything. I'm not the insider guy or whatever.
I don't have any inside information.
You know, his shoulder got blown off by a grenade or something.
Yeah,
but I think they're being overly cautious. And they want to make sure that he does not injure that any further. That way he's ready to go at the beginning of the season, simply because they decided to trade up in the draft and take a corner at pick number 6. If you went up and took him at pick number 6 and you took him over the best receiver in the draft, you took him over Ruben Bain, the guy you were talking about earlier, and all these other guys, Caleb Downs, like a lot of really good players were on that board. You traded up to get Mansour Lane. So if you put him in there a little bit early and he actually does injure his shoulder and he misses a quarter of the season or something crazy, that's not a good look. So I think they're just being overly cautious with it, in my opinion. I don't think it's anything crazy. I think if it was actually like something that needed a procedure or it was going to take a little bit of time or they knew it was going to take a lot of time, they would have already said it. Because why would they? I
also don't think he would have been allowed to be on the field today doing what he was doing.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what I heard. And by no means, I've known this now for like 2 weeks. I've not said a word to anybody. Why would I? I can't confirm it. So I'm not going to just throw it out there. But
yeah,
the timeline seems to be fitting if he comes back week 1.
Right. Kevin Capel says, is Elam cut yet? Pretty embarrassing even to have a Bills bust on the roster. No, he's not cut yet. He's still on the team. Will he make the team? I kind of doubt it. It's just, there's one of these things like Kaiir Elam has talent. He had a lot of talent coming out of Florida. He also had a lot of issues coming out of Florida that people overlooked because of the physical traits, right? But It's a Brett Veach special. You grab a guy like that was a first round draft pick, and you put him out there and see if he can reach his potential. If he don't, he don't. What does it hurt? I mean, you cut him and you're right back where you started. Not a big.
It was
deal.
also funny just to talk crap to the Bills.
Yeah, because that was the same draft. They had to draft him because we snuck up and stole Trent McDuffie.
Yeah, it's just funny.
Yeah.
But is the dude like a great football player? At this point in his career, no. Like, he's got to figure it out. He's also the one that ran into Cyrus Allen's caused all this mess.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Cyrus Allen for a minute?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about Cyrus the Virus.
I like
baby.
Cyrus Allen. That the Cyrus the Virus nickname's got to go. Hate it.
I kind of, it's kind of growing on me a little bit. I kind of like it. It's almost like a member of the Sex Pistols or something like that, you know?
Maybe.
Like it's very punk, it's a very punk rock name.
It feels low. It feels low, like just low hanging fruit to pull that out of your bag.
With Cyrus.
I want to call him Billy Ray Cyrus Allen.
Or Miley, you know?
Yeah. So look, a lot of people got offended when a lot of other of Chiefs Kingdom, because I said this and a lot of other people did say it too, but everybody started, you get heat from it. I said that Dave Tope should chill. He shouldn't be playing special teams. Well, I've heard from everybody. Well, he's a fifth rounder. You got to play special teams. Everybody plays special teams. He played gunner in college. He was a punter in high school. He plays special. I understand all this. And everything everybody's saying is completely right. It's completely legit. Nobody should be excused, especially a rookie who playing special teams. However, Rashee Rice never played special teams. Xavier Worthy never played.
Well, their excuse for that is, well, they were first and second round picks.
I'm getting into that though.
Right.
It's because of their value to the offense and the plan going forward. We just heard from Albert Breer today saying that the Chiefs had a real plan for Cyrus Allen, that they thought he was a Stephon Diggs clone, and that's why they wanted to go get him. That's exactly what I said. You've got a room with Rashee Rice, who can't, he was injured at the time. Okay. He's still working back from an injury. He's unreliable off the field so far. Hopefully he gets it together. You've got Xavier Worthy, who not only is recovering from one shoulder injury, but he hurts the other one. I think it's a different one. Even if it's not, it's even worse because now he's hurt the second one. You playing Andrew Armstrong. Okay. You're playing another guy on offense for Patrick Mahomes. All the Chiefs did in the offseason to get Patrick Mahomes a weapon to throw to was drafting Cyrus Allen. That was it. No free agent, no nobody. Cyrus Allen was it. You don't think Cyrus Allen, being the only player that Mahomes has, the only player you valued, and the player that you're wanting to put in your offense and feature because your wide receiver room sucks it, you're going to run this guy on special teams? No, I think he's got a little bit of an earned pass on that.
Well, fifth round pick or not, he is not a roster bubble. He does not have to play special teams to make the 53-man roster.
He doesn't need to make that roster.
And I will say this, on today's video, I had to say who all got runs at Gunner today, right? And keep in mind, Cyrus Allen's not out there. He's not even playing today.
Yeah, like
I ran out of breath saying all the different guys that ran Gunner.
And Chip says this too. It's football, getting injured, etc. I absolutely understand that, but doing something,
the risks, right? The
you
same
can
way
minimize the risk.
Lane right now, you don't put them back in there too early because you're minimizing the risk. Same way, like I said, I was blue in the face trying to list off all the guys that they used at Gunner without Cyrus Allen even being participating at practice. So why the hell are you doing it? Especially if, like you said, if Albert Breer's right, and the Chiefs have a plan going forward, and they think that Cyrus Allen is going to be a big part of this offense, why the hell would you do it?
You don't even have to look at what Albert Breer said. We all know that Cyrus Allen was the only person. That's the only pass catcher they got for Patrick Mahomes all offseason was a 5th round pick from Cincinnati.
Keep in mind, too, guys. Yeah, we keep saying 5th round pick because 100% he's a 5th round pick. That's reality. But he was their first choice at receiver.
Right.
He was the first guy they brought in on a top 30 visit. They had their eye on Cyrus Allen from the beginning. Like, that was their answer to this equation.
So, again, he was pretty important to the Chiefs.
Right. That was the only reason
that's all I'm trying to say, though. My whole point in this is, yes, he's a 5th round pick. He should play special teams, this and that. But when he's your only guy that you brought in to help Mahomes, and you've got a dumpster fire working at wide receiver right now. We even talked about Jalen Royals. I cursed this dude in the next year. I said he was going to have a good year or a good camp, and he has had one of the worst. This may be
He's not been doing too bad. He ran with the ones today.
Well, good for him, because at first he was starting to look like Sky Moore.
Nah, he'll be all right. I think Jalen Royals is going to be all right.
I think he'll be fine too.
I still have faith in him, brother.
But
I
think the whole, and somebody in the chat said Matt Verderam said the same thing I kind of said.
Well, I mean, that's just common sense. You can go
sense.
with the other route to sound like, oh, well, you don't know ball. All of them have to play. Well, no, they really don't. They don't.
You don't have to. Steve, somebody
to.
said, well, name me another 5th round pick that never played special teams his first year. Oh, I can. His name was Puka Nakua.
Right.
Never played a single snap of special teams.
Absolutely. Mike, I sent out 5 gifted memberships to wake everybody the hell up a little bit. Guys, wake up. Football's back. Let's freaking go.
I thought somebody sent those out, and I was excited, and I realized it was just you.
I sent them out, Mike. And you know who got memberships? We got Angry Hog, cranking that Angry Hog. We got Ndenko Steel, Justin Normal Kid, sorry. And who else got it? CAC, Zinks Mods. I don't know. I've read off too many people. I thought it was just 5. But welcome to the crew. Let's freaking go. But guys, football's back. Let's get horned up a little bit. Real quick, just hit that like button for us. It takes 2 seconds. It'll help us out. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100K. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Grinding. Real quick, we got to take a quick second to shout out Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Mike, why don't you put some selections in, brother?
Shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's episode. Let's jump right in and do some entries. We're going to go a little off the beaten path and go to NFL kickers. We're going to start out with the Chiefs' own Harrison Butker, 2026 regular season field goals, 28.5 field goals made. We're going to go more. This is a bounce back year for Harrison Butker. Right next to him, we're going to go Dicker the kicker, 31.5 field goals made. We're going to go more on that one as well. Let's come down here and go to Jason Myers, Seattle Seahawks, trying to repeat as Super Bowl champs. Not going to happen because the Chiefs are still in the NFL. 30.5 season field goals made. I'm going to go ahead and say more on that too. And we're going to go ahead and lock this in. Right now, you can go down to the description, find the link, use code HMA, and the new offer right now Prize Picks is running is play $5, get $150 if you win your first lineup. And now, back to the show.
Let's go, baby. Get Prize Picks. Use that code HMA.
Cheers, Iron Price.
Let's go, baby. Got that train rolling in because Iron Price gifted out 5 more memberships. Let's go. Shout out Justin, the real ghosty, Flex, Andrea, and Brendan Edwards. Welcome to the crew. Appreciate you, Iron Price. Thanks, brother. Let's keep growing that crew, baby. Huckleberry with the 5 bombs. Cyrus playing special teams is asinine. I agree with you. I do. I understand he's a 5th round pick, but Mahomes needs some damn weapons. Find someone else. Mike, that's the point that I was going to make. You went into all the depth about Cyrus Allen and all this. Just plain and simple. If you didn't go out and get him, Justin, I'm sorry. What's his freaking name? The dude from Arizona State?
Oh,
Jordan Tyson.
We're talking about Jordan Tyson like that.
Okay. If you didn't go out and get him Jordan Tyson and you had a chance to do it, and you still didn't get him nobody in the 2nd round, you didn't get him nobody in 3rd round, hell, you didn't even get him anybody in the 4th round. You got him a pass catcher in the 5th round. So this was your answer to getting a guy for Patrick Mahomes in a weak receiver room. Why would you even risk injuring him whatsoever? Like, it's just crazy to me. And we don't need him. That's the main thing. You don't need him as a gunner. You don't. You get people like Najee Johnson for a gunner, like somebody that otherwise probably wouldn't be on an NFL roster. Those are the guys that you use for gunner, not someone that you think is going to be a starting receiver on your team. You just don't do it.
Right.
I just think it's crazy. Perry with the Gemon. We be Gemon. 200 joules. Let's go, Perry. Appreciate you, brother. We got Iron Price also saying, hoping Benson is the truth. I think that Benson's going to do good things. I think that I brought him up earlier, Mike, and I said what I said because I want people to let him have a learning curve. Like he played with Sanders in Colorado. He played for the national champions in Indiana. The guy knows how to play football. It's kind of odd that he didn't get drafted. I thought he was going to be drafted. He wasn't. You got him as a UDFA. And that was a great, total steal. But we can't expect him to come in there and be just an absolute world beater off the rip. We got to give him a learning curve. So I'm hoping he's the truth too, but I absolutely don't expect him to go out there and just be perfect from the get-go. I think there's going to be some catching up to do at that position. Mike, we had Darian Kennard on this very freaking live stream on this channel a few years back. And what did he say? He said that the gap from college football to the NFL was so much bigger than he even thought it was going to be. So, I mean, and that was coming from a guy that was an absolute tree trunk of a right tackle at Kentucky, who could have probably been a damn good guard for the Chiefs, but they let him go. I think Khalil Benson's got his work cut out for him, and he's protecting Patrick Mahomes coming off an injury. So, I'm praying for him though. I think he's going to do all right. Janae, appreciate the jewels. You're freaking awesome. And then we got Smitty in the house. This is Fred. This is Fred Smith. He has 2 different accounts. It trips me up sometimes. But Mike, you're down in his neck of the woods right now.
Yeah.
You should probably take Fred out to get a slice of pizza or something.
I don't know where Fred is. I don't think he's near PCB.
But he had the 5 bombs. This is what's going with Gray can't catch the ball. So Gray's actually been having a really good camp.
He heard people talking smack.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Brother, he did, because something happened.
So for years, we thought Noah Gray was the obvious successor to Travis Kelce. He even played like it for a little while, but then the last year and a half, it kind of went backwards. A lot of people lost faith in Noah Gray. Plus, it's been drug out so far because Travis keeps sticking around year after year after year, and they keep using him 90% of the time. So you kind of gave up on Noah Gray, but I still think Noah Gray is a solid tight end. I think he can do some damage, and we might see a little bit more of him this year. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. I mean, we've been saying it for years, like they're going to have to take some snaps away from Kels, keep them fresh for later in the season, keep them fresh for the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they haven't yet. So, I mean, they might not do it again this year, but see, not only has Noah Gray done well, Jared Wiley's actually shown up a couple times. You had Brenning's still out there showing out. I mean, there's a lot of guys that can come in there and maybe do something, but how many opportunities are they going to actually get is the question. You just mentioned Travis Kelce was looking better than he has in years. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It might just be the usual as far as that goes.
I kind of want Brenningstool to be something. Like, I'm almost rooting for Brenningstool to be like.
Because he's younger?
Yeah, but wouldn't it be awesome if Brenningstool was literally like the next Travis Kelce type kind of player? Like, you're never going to be Travis Kelce. That's going to be tough to do. But let's just say he's just a few notches below him, but like still that's like an all-pro type of player. Wouldn't that be great to have from Brenningstool? That would almost be better than when like we were wanting Justin Ross to pan out. I would rather have Brenningstool to pan out because, again, Mahomes having like a Kelce-esque kind of guy for the next 10 years would be incredible.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to ask about Brenningstool's blocking. They always, and they still to this day, and by they, I mean other NFL fans.
Yeah, they say Kelce can't even block.
Kelce can't block. He don't block, which is complete bullshit. But is he the best blocking tight end in the league? No, he's not. You know, George Kittle probably is. But, I mean, look how that doesn't correlate. Like, yes, you're the best blocking tight end in football, but you're always freaking injured. So San Francisco's missing a weapon all the time because not only are you one of the best blocking tight ends in football, you're one of the best receiving tight ends in football. But since you're always hurt, we can't really get much out of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who cares? Like Jake Brenningstool is going to be a pass catching weapon. If he gets the opportunities and he cashes in, and say he becomes the successor to Travis Kelce. Travis retires. Brenningstool outright wins that job. He's never going to be a Blake Bell. He's never going to be a George Kittle. But I'll tell you what he is going to do.
That blocks.
He's going to receive the hell out of the ball, Mike. He's going to be a successor to Travis Kelce. And obviously those shoes are impossible to fill. He's the GOAT. But he could be in that vein. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate you, Fred. I think Fred said he's in Pensacola. That's only like 2 hours from me here, I think.
Yeah, Mike, we got a 5 bomb from What's Up PD. Says, only been about a week of training camp. We got to let these young guys develop. I trust Big Red, the coaching staff, but keep Allen off special teams. I'm glad that everybody's on board with this. Don't let them people tell you that you don't know ball and everybody has to be a gunner on special teams, because they don't. They don't. I'm telling you, Mike, I literally had to re-record me saying something about how many people got to play gunner today because I ran out of breath. And I almost did it twice. And Cyrus Allen wasn't on that list. So guess who doesn't need to be on that list ever? Cyrus Allen. I don't know. It's silly to me. I appreciate the 5.
I feel like, I think, who was it? Somebody from Arrowhead Addict. It was the fella that helped me and Price pick a draft that we did together. But he was like, he played college gunner. And it's like, okay, I understand that. But in that case, if you needed him in a pinch, he's done it. So why does he need to practice it? Let's let other people do that. Like, let's let like some defenders, some corners that are on the bubble do that kind of stuff. That's what Josh Williams was doing. That's what other guys that were in the doghouse are doing. Not a guy that could possibly be our wide receiver 1 by the end of the year.
Call Najee Johnson back up. Get him a pepperoni pizza from Papa John's and let him do it for this season, you know?
Brother, he got signed somewhere.
Did he? Green
Bay,
Najee
maybe? Got picked. No, I think it's Tennessee.
Okay. He's down in Nashville.
Sense.
We'll have to go down and hang out with him, you know?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Maybe. You never know. Iron Price says, Mike doing some traveling. Seen that post about In-N-Out. How was it?
Yeah, look. So this might be controversial, but in the burger tier,
it's just the truth.
I think that In-N-Out was good. I see the hype. I get it. It was good. It was solid. I would say it's like a 7.5 on a scale from 1 to 10. I've had plenty of better burgers.
Mike ranked it out of 10.
Even some like solid ones from like small mom and pop type chains. But if you go bigger change, I think Whataburger beats it. I think Whataburger's better.
Whataburger's superior.
And a lot of people say, look, Whataburger's dry. It's this.
You're going to the wrong Whataburger.
Yeah, I mean, you've had it. You can get it good. I promise you.
Brother, right there beside you guys. The one that's in Blue Spring, Juicy Hamburgers.
Yeah, they nailed it 2 days in a row.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you?
But yeah, I get In-N-Out. I understand it. The animal style was fun.
It's fun.
Why not?
Load a bunch of stuff on there so it doesn't suck. That's what they do. Let's see here. Iron Price also asked, what impact will Gilman and Tonga have? Haven't heard much other than the young guns. So I think those guys are going to have, like, both going to have big impacts on this defense. 100%. You're going to see more Tonga probably than Peter Woods at first anyway. More than likely. I think Tonga, they went and got Tonga because he can create penetration in the middle. That's what he was doing last season with the
Patriots. His nickname, the Penetrator.
The Penetrator? Is he a wrestler?
Sounds disgusting, actually.
Yeah, it does. Sounds wrong. But Gilman, I think Aloy Gilman is going to be a fun safety, I think. And he's kind of like your veteran guy back there now, too. So I think that you'll see a lot of him. We just talked about how Jaden Hicks is not going to get on the football field. It doesn't look like. I hope to God Shamari Connor's playing a lot of safety.
Hey, I think you're going to see Xavier Wampa maybe get that 4th safety.
Mike, I said
he's
that
trending.
The minute that you went Khalil Benson, I went Xavier Wampa, if you remember. Like, that was the guy I was like, dude, he's probably going to be the one that's going to.
You like Gillenborg a lot, but
yeah,
Gillenborg,
he pulled a Brenning stool. He's out for the year.
Yeah, something about those UDFA tight ends. They got to take a year off.
Yeah, got to go on the IR at first. Just how it is. Yeah, but I think they'll both have big impacts.
Taking a gap year, if you will.
Mickey says, what receiver leads the team in touchdowns this year? That is Rashee Rice.
I think it'll be Rashee Rice.
Everybody can talk about him being in trouble all the time. Everybody can talk about, he looks fat and slow and all that dumb stuff. Rashee Rice, look, all the off-field stuff, set it to the side. Rashee Rice is a dog.
Who's number 2?
Number 2?
Is it Worthy?
Yeah.
Or do you think? Look, I think Cyrus Allen might be pretty close if he gets to play.
Potentially. I do think Cyrus Allen could surprise a lot of people. Like, Cyrus Allen could be that guy that everybody.
Mahomes trusts Cyrus Allen. You get him in the red zone, I think they could work a lot of good plays for him. Because look, what does Andy Reid like to do? I mean, 37 plays a game. They're running like a variation of a bubble screen and a mesh pattern, and Cyrus Allen can do them.
Cyrus Allen is going to be that guy that people that don't know anything about the Chiefs roster other than Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, blah, 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 like outside people,
Yeah, they're going to be like, who's this?
no, they're going to be trying to pick him up about the third or fourth week on their fantasy team because he's already showed out a couple times. And they're going to be fighting about, oh, we got to get Cyrus Allen. I got first on the waiver wire. I'm getting Cyrus Allen. That's what it's going to be.
Hey, I took him dead last in my fantasy draft. I needed a gunner.
I ain't done fantasy.
I needed a gunner, so I had to pick up Cyrus Allen. It only made sense. He was a gunner in college.
Yeah. He's going to be the gunner on your fantasy team.
Yeah.
T Breezy with the 2-bomb. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you, brother. Let's go. Five Guys has the best fast food burger. About time. You're are correct.
Wrong.
He's correct.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. They're right at the top of the list.
It sounds cliche, and I'm a Whataburger fan. Don't get me wrong. But if you just go best burger and fast food, Five Guys wins, and I don't know how you argue with it. Like, you get a double bacon burger from Five Guys, there's no one's beating that. It's just not going to happen. I don't think you can make a burger much better.
Five Guys is like you go to the kitchen and you bought like a pound of hamburger and you just make yourself a fat cheeseburger. That is like Five Guys. Like, you can't kind of make the kind of meat that you get at like Whataburger and stuff. So is it real? I don't know.
Well, Major Chip in the chat says it's an expensive ass burger. But here's my theory. I could pay $12 for the double bacon burger at Five Guys, or I can pay $11 for a Whopper at Burger King. So I don't even care if it's expensive because everything's expensive now. It doesn't even matter. They're normal prices now.
Is it a? Oh no, I'm starting to lose.
Yeah, your internet stinks.
The hotel Wi-Fi is starting to give out on me.
All right, let's get to this.
It's starting to give out on me.
What's up, PD? Says, how many yards from scrimmage does K9 get this season? I think that he will be the first 1,000-yard rusher we've had since Kareem Hunt. I also think that he's probably going to have at least 1,500 all-purpose yards because he's going to be used as a receiver as well. I think he's going to have a big year.
Dang, that's a big year.
I think he's going to have a monster year.
I'm going to go a little lower.
I think that that's going to allow Patrick Mahomes to have his biggest year in the last 5.
I think that he only gets. I don't think he gets 1,000 this year. I think he gets upper 8s, lower 9s, and the reason why is I think that Emmett Johnson will actually get a lot of carries this year towards the end.
Hey, K9's still getting that band, baby.
Hey, I would love to see it, but I do think Emmett Johnson is good enough that he's going to get it. And to be honest, Brashard Smith is starting to look really good right now. And you can't forget about DeMarcado. So I just think there's enough there. And Andy likes to play that committee route.
You brought up Brashard Smith, and I know you've been traveling and stuff. Did you see the video I put out yesterday? They were using Brashard Smith in the slot a lot.
Yeah, because they heard what I've said.
Yeah. Oh, Chad O'Shea was like, look at this little dude. You know what I do with these kind of guys? Well, he's a receiver. For all intents and purposes, he's a receiver that turned into a running back for 1 year in college. Like, literally. That's what he is.
Do they get nasty with it and just cut Nico off the team and let Remigio let him take the 6th wide receiver over?
Remigio is actually cashing out on his opportunities in the offense right now.
He's done this for years, though.
Yeah, I know, and they just won't use him. I don't know. I have nothing against Remigio. The only thing I have against Remigio is, like, please don't waste a roster spot solely on a kick returner.
Just for mediocre special teams play.
If you're going to use him and let him be in the offense and let him work there, then cool. I'm okay with it if that's the decision that you make. But don't just be like, well, we have to have him for a kick returner, because we don't. You
know what? Picking the wide receiver room is always so hard for the Chiefs because we have maybe every year, one really good, solid guy. Like it's been Rashee Rice for like 2 years, right? And then you've got a bunch of like just mediocre guys who some week they'll step up and then 6 weeks they'll disappear. And that's up and down the whole thing. Because look, let's just say you take 2 guys there and you take Remigio and you take Andrew Armstrong. Well, guess what? If you didn't take them, you could be playing a team the next week, and they could have picked up Jacob DeJesus and Jason Brownlee, and those 2 may do just as good as your 2 did because they're all like the same talent level. So it's like you don't know who to pick. It's like shooting craps out here. It's gambling.
You just let Dave Tobe pick and go with it, I guess.
I guess that's what they do.
Hey, shout out Virginia with the Unk alert. Let's go. We got some
Let's
more
go.
jewels from Janae. Appreciate you, Janae.
Hey, I like how it's telling us what it is. It didn't used to say Unk Alert next to it, did it?
I think they just recently started doing that. I'm not for sure.
I like it.
Dude, Major Chip or Five Guys Burgers really $20. Where do you live at? LA? Like, they're not that bad. I think it's literally like 12 or 13 bucks, isn't it?
And that, well, if you get a meal and you get the fries and everything, you're going to pay $20.
I had to get some of those. Is it Cajun fries that they have there?
Yeah.
But I just get a small one because they put like a whole boatload in your bag.
Oh,
So
that's like company policy. They're giving you extra.
You know, I got the burger, I got the fries, and it was like $18 or something like that. So I can deal with that every once in a while. You have to splurge, right?
I'm gonna be honest. People said, Mike, you're gonna go down to Florida, you're gonna spend a lot of money. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I've ate here 3 days and I've ate like great food. I've not had a bill yet cost me more than it takes to eat in Louisville. I've actually saved money,
brother.
by going on vacation.
Like, people don't understand this, but Kentucky is
Is
complete
brutal.
ass when it comes to, like, I live close to Fort Knox, an army base, right? Every town around here jacks the prices up on everything.
Yeah.
Like, the rent prices in the town that I live in is just as bad as
They're cheaper here
Yeah.
where I'm at in PCB. It's cheaper to live than it is in Fort Knox.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Just a little Gizmo says, you guys think we go with 3 or 4 running backs? I think they're going to go 4.
They'll go 4 because you got to take Brashard Smith.
I think so. I think you got to get Brashard on the team. And then you obviously have DeMarcado and the rookie Emmett Johnson. That I think
DeMarcado is a blocking machine. And look, Andy come out and said that the other day. I've been saying it all off season. That was the big thing. But I also said good vision, fast, knows where he's going. And
home
he
run
just
threat.
basically
Like,
he parroted that entire speech.
It's crazy to think. Like, K9 was probably the biggest home run threat in football last year as far as running backs go. DeMarcado is right there with him. Like, we got 2 guys now that can literally just
And Emmett Johnson
take
can
one to the
flat out
house.
chunk
Right.
yardage.
Right. So, I mean, I like what we have going on with the running backs. Our girl Nikki says, will Andy stick with a run if it doesn't work on the first play or 2 in a game? So Andy is going to do what he's always done. He's going to pass to open the run. You have Patrick Mahomes on the team. I highly doubt they'll get to where they just start pounding the rock all the time. I think they'll still kind of run the offense the same way they have been.
Still gonna run these
However-
same horrible run concepts.
However, you now have a player in the backfield in Kenneth Walker that transcends that bullshit. Because Kenneth Walker is so good that if you put him in a lot of the same situations that Isaiah Pacheco has been in, you're getting the 3 more yards per carry. So, I mean, I think it's going to work out. I don't want people to think that Andy's going to come in here and change his whole philosophy on football suddenly after 20 years in the league or whatever. Or it's probably how many years has he been in the league? Probably
Too
like
long,
30.
brother.
But he's not going to change his philosophy. And you still have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. That's who you're going to play through. I just think that the running game is going to be so much more efficient that it's still going to work out. Like, it's just, I mean, even if you go back to like, I guess the most recent one, we would say Kareem Hunt's rookie season, but I would say even Damian Williams was successful in this offense, and it's always been the same. It's always been the same. It's just like either the running game's good or it's not, and it just hasn't been. I still think they've invested in it enough. Like, they got in this little trend where they're like, oh, we're taking 7th round running back and we're going to use them to start. And it just, it was great and cute for a while, but it had its blowback a little bit. Ray says,
changing a little bit too.
Which one of the McCourty brothers works on First Take? Anyone know?
Is it
Not a
Devin?
clue. Not
I don't know.
a clue. Mickey Moonrock getting off subject here, but I have to try to answer this. And it's really hard to do, but he says top 3 punk bands in your opinion.
Is punk rock too subjective to do this? Because some people, I can name a band, and some people might say that's not punk rock.
It's pretty subjective, but I'll for the sake of the question and for being fast, I'll keep it to like people that are obviously punk rock bands. Number one
Let me see
is
if you're right.
the Misfits, Glenn Danzig era. Okay, I think you got to go that. I would probably throw
That's a good
Bad
one.
Brains in there. I'd go Bad Brains. That self-titled and Eye Against Eye were both amazing albums. Totally to change the game. And then let's go. Oof. We'll just say Black Flag and call it a day. How about that? All right. Let's see. What
That
else
was
we got
very
going on?
efficient.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
mean,
efficient 3 picks.
it's
Too,
not
I
a.
think.
We're not on a punk rock live stream right now, or I could have went into that a lot.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
we need to have that.
maybe me and Mickey start a whole nother channel. Our boy Ty in the house, baby, been a member for 31 months. Ty, it was awesome to see you the other day, brother. He says blast at Zarda 4th annual Chew meetup. That was a good game tonight. Finally, football is back. Hit that like button, baby. Yeah, man, we had a blast at the Chew with the crew. It was a really fun time. Met some new people. It was awesome. So once again, if you guys made it out to that, really appreciate it. It was awesome. Had a great time, and it was good seeing the same faces. People like Ty and Brian Parrott, and a couple others that haven't missed one. They've been to every one. You guys are awesome. So yeah, it was really fun. And Ty's whole table won stuff. Like we were drawing random names to win things, and his entire family won something.
Hey, Ty brought in the good luck.
Ty
Maybe
was hashtag rigged.
Maybe Ty should have went with us and Todd to the casino. We'd have hit 32K.
Probably, because if we were that close. How do you think getting more under center will change our offense? I think it's just obvious, right? Like if you have that in your offense, you can play action a little bit better. You also have an efficient running game. You can play action a little bit better. I don't know. I think it'll take a little bit off of Mahomes' plate by going under center. I don't know if they'll do it a whole lot. They've been doing it a lot in camp, but like you mentioned earlier, sometimes what they do in camp, you don't really see it a whole lot when the season
sometimes
starts,
they just BS a little bit.
I do think it would be beneficial. I don't think it'll be a major change in Andy Reid's philosophy once again. So I think we'll see it probably a tad bit more than we have, but I don't.
Does
think
anybody know a percentage of how much we actually play under center? It's got to be very small, like what, 2%, 1%?
Major,
I would say it's a little better than that.
Probably. Major, I was talking about before K9. Obviously, investing in him was awesome. So I was talking about the years between Damian Williams and Kenneth Walker, when you had to try to play Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Isaiah Pacheco and whoever else you found on the side of the street that wanted to play football, like those days. Pennywise, Misfits, and Bad Religion, those are respectable decisions there, Mikey. I like it a lot. Bad Religion had some great albums. Let's see here. Y'all got any more questions for us? Get them down in the chat. We'll be here for just a little while longer tonight. Probably won't be much longer, so get them in the chat. We'll try to get to as many as we can. Appreciate y'all being here. Do us a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, when we're done with this here in just a little bit, do your boy a favor and go watch today's video. YouTube's being weird again. They didn't put it in a lot of feeds. I mean, it's not performing bad or anything like that, but it's a quick little 8-minute video. Go find it and watch it. Hit that like button on that.
Oh, you're gonna have to look.
Yeah, they buried it. You have to search it. It's like a treasure.
YouTube's doing something weird lately. Like I've heard a lot of people talking about it. We're basically people are noticing that the channels they want to watch have all disappeared.
But that's been a theme of All Chiefed Up since day one. But now it's becoming more widespread, and everybody's freaking out. And it's like, what do you? This hasn't been happening to you for 5 years.
There's a channel or two. I'll watch a cooking channel or something, and it's up and disappeared. I can't find them anywhere.
You gotta go look for it. And it's weird. And they put a bunch of stuff I don't want to watch.
You're supposed to be giving me things I want to watch. That's what you say you're doing.
YouTube.
Get it together.
Hey, Zach, bringing up a good question here. Mike, what the hell's wrong with Jack Cochran? Why does this guy try to fight everybody all the time? Why does he always starting fights?
Look, Big Cochran. I'm going to tell you about
what's he doing?
He probably talks a lot of shit, and those rookies probably take offense to it. I think it was a third
Kelsey
team.
was beating him up 2 years ago.
That's true too. I think it's a style of football he plays. I think he talks a lot. He probably plays a little too. You know, like it's
Scrappy.
a 10-10-10 walkthrough today, and he's probably scrapping
Right.
with him, taking a little cheap
He's
shot
like
here and there just to be funny. And
he's like
people
that
ain't
try
finding it
hard at
funny.
work. He's like that try hard at work when everybody else is trying to do the bare minimum and get paid for the day. And it's supposed
Yeah,
to be an
somebody's
easy
trying to make
day.
you like polish the
But
floor
someone's
or
trying to
something.
be the next supervisor or something, and they're out there like, whoa.
So, brother,
You know,
come on. Yeah, that's
yeah.
probably what it is.
He's a
I
try
don't take
hard.
nothing into it, but let's be honest. We should have not have been getting rid of the guys like Brandon George and things. I would have developed a young talent rather than keeping like the Cochrans and the Cole Christensens of the world on this team. I want to see what Wesley Basaint is. He even getting a run back there at all? Because we've not heard about him either.
I haven't heard anything about him. I don't know.
Exactly.
What's up, Flip? How you doing, brother? Joe E in the house. What's up, Joe? Since last year, offensive players looked frustrated with who last year? We'll be playing calling be better this year. Play calling be better this year. What are we talking about? Are we talking about Matt Nagy or something?
Yeah.
So, man,
I think so. I think that's what Joe's talking about.
This is such a tough question to answer because it's something that everybody's had to talk about so much. And like, to be quite honest about it, I don't think that the play calling will be all that much different than it's ever been. I don't think it was that
Do you
much
feel
different.
like we're going to see like the majority of the same plays?
Yes, but here's the thing. It's not about the plays themselves. It's about execution. It's about not being lazy. It's about being where you're supposed to be. It's about doing
Also
your
about
job.
timing.
Eric
of
Bieniemy
these
makes
plays as
sure
well.
these guys do their job. And I think that Matt Nagy is a little more lax. It's the only thing I can say. I just don't think that the play calling be totally different. But I do think just being more efficient in the run game will make this easier for everybody. Because when you're one-dimensional as the Chiefs were last year and the year before that, there's going to be issues.
Yeah.
There's just going to
Steve, have you heard anything more about Eric Bieniemy?
No, nothing. I think Andy Reid gave an update, saying everything was good and, he'll be back when he's back. But I think he's
I don't want to make him a rush. Like we went through this last year with Josh Simmons. There was some kind of a family thing going on. He had to be away, and football comes second sometimes. And not a lot of people wanted to hear that last year, and they still don't want to. Yeah. And with Bieniemy, I think people's giving him more of a pass because I think his is played out publicly to a certain degree, and Josh Simmons wanted to keep his private. But I hope Bieniemy can get back here pretty soon. I'd like to see him get in maybe this weekend or on Monday to get ready for the first game. Like I don't want to have Blameyer and them getting too comfortable in that role. Like I don't.
You thought Blameyer was going to get that job at one point, didn't you?
I honest to God believe that Blameyer was the choice if Bieniemy wouldn't have took it, because we never heard another name come out of Kansas City. To this day, we haven't heard another person they've interviewed for that job.
Not even Mike McDaniel.
Not even me. I applied.
I know.
I got a letter in the mail that said, "Don't ever write us again."
Don't you ever.
Flip says, lose this address.
Who are your guys' favorite rookie and looking forward to seeing on the field this season? I mean, a lot of them. I'm going to go R. Mason Thomas. I think from the get-go, he's been the one that I'm excited to watch. I was a big Nick Benito guy. I got shafted. He ended up with the Donkeys in Denver, and that made me sad. He's been really good, so I'm ready to have a Nick Benito at home, and I think we might have that with our Mason Thomas. Yeah. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Delane's going to be really good. Again, I cautioned everybody from the beginning to say this. It was almost going to be an astronomical ask to hit on Trent McDuffie like you did and to get the caliber of football player and then to turn around and do it again.
Mm.
Okay, and then to add the extraness. Trent McDuffie fell to the 20s, and it was like a prize fell into your lap. We went up to take Delane. So, like, he already started behind the 8 ball. So, like, I don't know if Delane's ever going to get there to what McDuffie did. Do I think he can? Absolutely. Do I hope he does? Yes. But Peter Woods, for me, was the one guy because I thought if the Chiefs had stayed at 9 throughout the entire draft, he was a guy I was considering at number 9. And then when people started saying he's slipping out of the first round, that to me was weird. But we were always saying, let's get him with our second pick in the first round. And the Chiefs did that. And I'll go with him. R. Mason Thomas, I love. He is undersized, and I still do not trust Spags. I don't care how good he looks right now. It's going to come crunch time. And because he's, 20 pounds
I mean,
underweight.
he's gonna have to prove that he can set the edge somewhat, or Spags will hose him.
Speaking of, did you hear Andy talk about Felix yesterday and today? He said that his get off the ball looks good, and he looks good this year. I would love to see him actually like develop into something.
Right. And here's the thing. I think people forget because his name is synonymous with bust, but I think people forget that Felix was a good football player. Felix was a dog.
He had an arsenal coming out of college. And
yeah,
the Chiefs kind of hampered that.
He could play. Now, I don't know why it didn't work out. I think a little bit of injuries at first, late start, maybe just not fitting into the system properly. Like, there's a lot of things that could have went wrong there. But I also saw where George Karlaftis was talking about him and said that he's been working with Felix all off season and that Felix is really putting in the effort, and he thinks this year could be a big opportunity for him. So he thinks it's his year. So I hope he's right. I hope he's right, dude, because I would love to see that. And I mean, you can't have too many pass rushers.
No.
Let's get Felix out there and get him going, man. Mike, I'm gonna take one more here. We got Mickey said, if we finished the year with 6 wins, other than Pat being hurt, what would be the reason? Mike, you're like have you ever seen somebody on like a movie set and like everything's just falling down around them or something?
Dude, the ghost.
I'm waiting for that jungle picture to smack you in the back of the head at any moment.
No, I totally fixed the light. If you've noticed, the light's been fixed.
But this is not fixed. You're gonna have to hold it for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, the mic. I don't know what happened.
Where's your assistant?
Asleep.
Yeah, yell at your assistant and tell him to fix it. All right. Anyway, if the Chiefs finish with 6 wins this season, well, I'm going to answer this question for you, Mickey. That's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. If it were to, what would be the reason besides Pat being hurt? They forfeit a few games. They all catch.
To be honest,
they eat some lettuce from Taco Bell in Kentucky, and they all poop themselves out of contention. I don't know. Like, I don't see that happening.
It would have to be a series of unfortunate events again. Yeah, it would have to just be bunches of injuries and things, in my opinion.
Last year was straight out of old Lemony Snicket's, wasn't it? Anyway, Huckleberry with the 5 bombs. A side note, punk rock is my roots. I could name so many great bands. Didn't know you were a fan, Steve. I'm guessing you are too, Mike. Yeah, we used to play in a punk band for like over 10 years. So
yeah,
that's what we did. And man, we got to play with a lot of cool ones. I don't know. It's cool. It's just what we grew up with. So yeah, we'll have to have that conversation off. Like, we'll have to have a little side chat sometime with the punk rock fans in the chat. Just shoot it. We'll do it on the members only. So make sure to remember.
What was it? Played some Warped Tour. We used to play Warped Tour a little bit. So.
We did all kinds of stuff. It was fun. Good times. Good times. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Do us a favor, hit that like button on the way off if you haven't. Real quick, we got a 5 bomb from a boy Flapjack coming here at the last minute with that buzzer beater. Said we run the same plays in training camp as we do in the regular season. Yes and no. I feel like sometimes they throw out all this stuff in camp and everybody's like, oh, look what they're doing. And then you never see it.
They do, but what do we hear all year? We're going to save all these good plays. Boy, we saved them so well last year. We crashed by Thanksgiving. So let's not do that again.
Yeah, let's not do it. Appreciate the 5, Flapjack. But yeah, hit that like button on the way out, guys, if you haven't done that already. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. That would be awesome. Mike, YouTube told me that I think it was something like almost 90% of the people that watch our videos and live streams are not subscribed to the channel. Isn't that wild? Like, I know you don't have to subscribe anymore for stuff to kind of come to you. But you should do that. You should hit that subscribe button. Help out your boys. Just because. But anyway, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring tonight's live stream. Get down in the description. Get Prize Picks. Use code HMA. And we'll catch you next time. Go Chiefs.
Wow.